Hi, it's Lou Theodore and this is day 28 of 100 videos in 100 days. And today I've just got back. I had to run a few quick errands and I thought I would record the video in the front garden before I went back into the house. I got distracted with getting on with the project work that is mounting up. So and today I thought I would talk a little bit about intentions, because I've sort of hovered around intentions for a while, but they've been incredibly and are incredibly helpful for me as a tool. So I just thought I would share how I use them and how it helps me. So we've got goals on one hand and intentions on the other. Goals I see as generally quite external things. They could be measured, there's a set outcome to it, probably a set timeline as well, you know, whether that's completing a project, developing your website, I don't know, completing a bit of home improvement, whatever it might be. Whereas intentions are much more internally focused. And they're a bit like, I don't know if you've seen on Facebook or Instagram, when people choose a word for their year. I see intentions as very similar to that. So this year I have got, I chose actually 3 intentions. So one was patience, one was evolving, and one was bold. And these words and intentions sort of act as a bit of a talisman for me, really. So when I get in a situation that I'm not sure what to do, I can go back to the intention and think, okay, well, this is my intention from this year. How does this problem or how does this opportunity line up with that intention? Is there something more for me to see in it? So a couple of live examples. So I'm having some problems with some coding and technology behind developing my website, and I don't really understand what's going wrong with it, and it's been a bit frustrating because it's taking a lot of time and it's making the process a little bit longer and more complicated than I hoped for. But because I have the intention of patience this year, it sort of it presses my pause button. So rather than going off on a kind of train of thinking about how frustrating it is and, you know, la 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 la, I think, okay, all right, well, okay, patience. What could I do about this? Is there somebody I could reach out to? Is there somebody I could talk to? Could I put a post and ask for help? It kind of brings a different quality when I have a problem. And on another sort of, in another way, because I chose evolving and bold, I've got a meeting next week about going to see an organisation about a possible project, and that project would be quite a stretch for me. It's something that I've looked at and wanted to move towards, but that hasn't happened as yet. But from a kind of a series of coincidences that stemmed out of some actions, this opportunity has presented itself. And there are times when you know, when you're faced with something like that, even though it's something you know in your heart that you want to move towards, it can be a little intimidating, make you a bit nervous, because there's the sort of the hope that you would get the project, and then of course if you do get the project, there's the whole learning and new experience of it. So this opportunity's popped up, the meeting's next week, but I have this intention of evolving and bold. So that meeting and that possible project is entirely in line with those intentions. So I have to say, in that instance, I haven't really paused and thought, oh, I'm not sure I want to do it. But if I did, and I refer back to my intentions, it sort of nudges me forward, saying, hey, you know, this is it, and this is part of evolving, and it's okay to be uncomfortable sometimes. It's okay to feel a bit out of your depth sometimes. Just step towards it. And those are, you know, intentions themselves, aren't they? They're so, it's such a simple thing, but I've really found it very helpful, because goals are also definite, but intentions seem softer and sort of speak to a different part of you somehow and kind of guide you in a different way. So if there ever is that sort of, that moment where I feel at a bit of a crossroads and I'm not quite sure what to go, I go back to my intentions, and generally I kind of find a very easy way forward, without the angst, without the prevaricating, the judging, the thinking. It's just, does it line up with the intentions or not? Yes, it does. Okay, let's move forward then. So I hope that's helpful. I think it's just about to pour with rain here. So I will finish the video and say I hope you're having a great day. See you tomorrow.